In this video, I am going to go further in depth in terms of the Novice Magician's pathway of purification. Your earth body is the instrument or media through which you have the capacity to enter magical conversation and induce change in the earth world. It is important to be clear that your body is an image, an illusion, a set of codes that interact with the light that is present in this realm. And this is the way to describe any appearance in the world. These organized codes are your avatar's features that allow you to be in this realm and to act in this realm and to enjoy in this realm. The challenge is that these codes that constitute your body have likely been edited and modified, beyond recognition, perhaps, due to what you've faced in your lifetime up to this point. Your body may not be in the condition it needs to be in order to call appearance with precision. The key of purification allows you to undo the false edits and to maintain your system in a state of neutrality unless and until you deliberately induce a code in order to deliberately call an appearance you intend. One of the first and most foundational magical conversations for the magician is the conversation with themselves. And by this self, I do not mean one's true nature, although that can be part of it. I mean the changeable self, the avatar that is playing in this world at this time. Hear yourself, observe yourself, come to know yourself. Then you may set conditions and induce change within your avatar. The human body is a world or realm, an ecosystem. Purification is dedicating to living daily in 3 practices. The practice of introspection that results in awareness, the practice of making adjustments or change in your body system based on your cultivated understanding and skill regarding conditions that lead to the desired or intended appearances within your system, and also based on the previous awareness, and the practice of your primary intention being the reclamation of your power and freedom and trustworthiness. This purification primes you to establish knowledge with other beings, which is the 6th master key of influence. But again, your first being to greet and submit to and become family with is your own self. The main mechanism of adjustment is going to be release. You do not necessarily have to create a healthy avatar. It already exists. Your body knows who it is, or can be reminded of that. Or the body is ready to remind you if you are willing to introspect and hear. So you do not have to create from scratch, but rather to release inappropriate edits in the system so that the original can shine. And when I say inappropriate edits, a more direct thing to say would be subjugation edits, edits that constitute your subjugation, also termed debris. Another mechanism of adjustment is to provide care for the body, nourishment, input of materials. I encourage you to research in the arts that exist in the world for ideas that may help you bless and free your body, the care you may provide, the releases you may experience. However, your main instruction about what to do next is going to come from the body itself. It does know. Hear it. You can present ideas to it, but listen to the response regarding the idea. If the body has been in a very poor condition for a long time, learning to listen to your body and the body trusting to speak from reality and not from debris may take some time and or a set of conditions itself. And I will give a little process about reestablishing how to listen to your body in a future video. Let me now review some categories of debris where subjugation releases can take place and where freedom and precision and original system code can be recovered. This is a list in order. That is, generally speaking, if you begin releasing within the first area, that will facilitate release in the second area and onward through the areas. The first type of debris to release is structural debris. I want to take a moment here. All of the debris, even though we speak of categories, all these experiences translate back into one category, and that is structure and the processes between structures, i.e. conditions. The human body is snapped together like Legos. The human body is programmed through strings of code, equations of information. These Legos, these code phrases, are what we erstwhile call minerals and element and molecules. You are a Lego manufacturer of element. What you call thought is molecule and electricity. What you call emotion is molecule. What you carry from your ancestors is carried in terms of actual molecular structure and process. Remember that appearance is an illusion of light and property. An appearance is illusion or mask of those codes, those elements and frequencies. So we can work with our codes in various ways that here I am calling categories, and our codes may gift us emergent properties we call thoughts, feelings, beliefs, etc. They are, after all, simply a set of elemental and molecular Legos in a certain configuration. Do you insist on running the subjugation code / configuration, or are you willing to allow the original power code / configuration to run? So if you like, you don't have to approach condition adjustment in terms of the category or the property, but you can think in terms of constituent code. What is present in the code or condition is what is going to emerge or appear from the code and condition. The world, including your avatar, is generated media. We can manipulate, or in this case release manipulations, to the code. As the Novice Magician, your project is release and coming to and being comfortable in practicing neutrality. As an apprentice magician and onward, you can introduce manipulations in the code, but you will do so for your own intentions, not debris from others' subjugations and intentions. So structural debris is to work directly with mineral and element and molecules, i.e. code and conditions. Next category in order would be to release thought and word debris. That will lead into releasing emotional debris. That will shed light on what may be ancestral debris. You will use all of the above to release paradigmatic and enchantment debris. This will prepare you to release environmental debris, which includes several things, such as what takes place in your space and place, but also things like what takes place in your relationships. Finally, you may wish to attend to karmic debris. You may also think of working with debris in terms of the 5 realms, which are true nature, frequency, element, appearance, and enchantment. You will also purify yourself of the past and the future and come to the neutral present. While there is this order, there is also going to be a lot of overlap, intertwining, and layers. And don't worry, I will return to this theme of magical purification over and over again, as it is one of the master keys of influence. If you stick with the series, You'll receive a lot of detailed instruction over time and be able to apply it little by little in your novice practice. Meanwhile, as I said, your body can teach you itself of what is the next step for it uniquely, regardless of category. The great alchemy of the fourth key of influence, purification, is that the magician is in possession of themselves, unsubjugated and unpossessed by others, and thus can employ what is within, outward, to influence, innovate, and bless around them, and understand that the pure you is a trustworthy you. One consequence of increasing purification may be greater ease in your ability to naturally cause, even before learning any specific formula. This is video 91 in the series Keys of Magic, so I've been sharing magical instruction for quite a while. I have been inviting you to debris releases all along. If you've been practicing based on what you've heard in all previous 90 videos, then here are some of the things that are probably already gone or are in the process of leaving you. First, being willing for a magical path necessarily is a confrontation to a great deal of paradigmatic debris. In the very first video, I reminded your deep self that the earth world is a magical realm. As you allowed yourself to embrace that, much has likely already fallen away. And I suggest you may have experienced an immediate and ongoing relief to be reminded that you are in a magical world, because that is what you originally know, and that is what we ancestrally know. P.S. Who in all of time and eternity would even make a realm without magic? Who would do that? Ludicrous. It doesn't happen. Second, one huge paradigm release for you, hopefully, was the release of your false paradigm of lack. You as a being do not lack anything and do not need saving. You are safe, loved, worthy, powerful, and joyful. Third, you have received invitation to rest in your own trustworthiness, honor, and reverence for the sacred, and to release any barrier to that. There are layers of this, but you have begun. Fourthly, you may have been able to release your sense and paradigm of abandonment. You are not an orphan. You have a mother, and she is the earth, and you are held by her and fed by her. You are not without family. You may greet your siblings whenever and wherever you walk about the earth. And as you have chosen an art, you have also chosen a tribe. Fifth, you have released the need to be in constant stimulation and interaction with the world. You may rest your senses in the cocoon of your novice space. When out and about in your village, you may also rest in hearing and observation. As the novice magician, you have released speaking until the time when you will relearn it later on. Sixth, you may have begun to release any foods that subjugate your ability to act intentionally and to be intentional in how you eat. Seventh, you likely have loosened your hold and loosened your consent to the enchantments that have been woven in the collective. Eighth, you may have loosened your sense and paradigm that the world is essential, but rather understand it as an appearance that is changeable. To end this lesson and video, here is a spell you may say as many times as you like. It is a purification and neutrality spell. And where it talks about dancing, you can do that while you spell, if you wish. The heart beats, the lymph flows, the inward song, the body knows. I step, I dance, within the light. I paint magic from my delight.